Yo, what's up, people? It is your boy MM2K back again with another episode of Lyrics to Go. You know what I'm saying? On Prognosis TV. Now, I'm taking a half walk, a half drive, and I hope I don't get rained on. Now that I think about it, I'm just going to take a big risk. I'm taking a half walk and a half drive. I'm going to park this car at my wife's job. Her job ain't too far away from me, from the crib. And I'm going to just walk back to the house, play me some Serious Sam 4, get ready for SSC podcast tonight, baby. Do the damn thing, man. Enjoy some gaming. Then when my wife gets home. After that, me and her gotta go shopping. Anyway, alright. So, here's the deal, y'all. This is a special one. I had some other ones too that I recorded, but this program that I'm using don't want to comply with me, and they got deleted. So I had some good ones too, man. They was good. And you know, with time being restricted, I can't replicate them. Like, it all started a few days ago when I did the Bethesda joint. No. It wasn't Bethesda. It was, what the hell? I did the joint about how scummy Sony's practices was, and then I got deleted. So, you know, hopefully we got to resolve. Anyway, y'all didn't come to listen to that. Y'all came to listen to why MM2K is not doing ScramPunks, or what happened to ScramPunks. Okay. So, first and foremost, I want to put this out there. Shout out to the homie Dirk Griggity. Love the bro. The bro was there with me at the beginning at some very tough times as it relates to the show. He really came through. And if it wasn't for Dirk Griggity, I'm going to be honest with you, the show wouldn't have even continued on. The show would have been dissolved. It's bittersweet to see it not reach 100. You know what I mean? Because we were 5 episodes away. But, you know, as things, you know, as some things shut down, other things grow, right? But ScramPunks was created based on the theory of, look, man, the age of the average gamer is in the mid-30s, right? For a lot of y'all that don't realize that your jaws is wide open, now you know. The age of the average gamer is in his mid-30s, right? So because the age of the average gamer is in the mid-30s, there's a lot of stuff that we gamers in our mid-30s don't do that these young mugs be doing. Like, someone like me that has been gaming longer than you've been alive, for most of you that are listening to this, I don't keep up with gamer score. I don't gamer score hunt. To me, that's silly. But that's me. I'm not, you know, I'm just saying, for my intents and purposes, it's silly. I don't gamer score hunt. I don't want you to. Like, for me, I like a lot of open world games, right? So that would be like me. And the purpose of an open world game to me is for you to create this vast open area for me to do a whole bunch of stuff however I want to do it. Now, if I'm sitting there and I'm sitting there chasing gamer score, I'm doing it the way that you want me to do it. And to me, that's silly as acid. I don't even do it. I don't chase gamer score. My gamer score is low. I was busting it out of the seams, the 360 generation. Maybe not this generation, but out of the seams of 360 generation. And I had many games to where I was nowhere near completion of the gamer score that I beat. Because I was reviewing a lot of games for the New Age Faction, all that stuff. But I don't chase gamer score. So those are just one of the things that older gamers don't even be worrying about. That is something new with you millennials or what, you know, whatever the case may be. And it was a lot of those notions as it related to gaming that we wanted to discuss on ScramPunks. Our core demographic was that 30 35 and up gamer. And ScramPunks was meant to be the flagship show of PNTS Network, which PNTS Network, if you don't know, the acronym is Pencil Neck 30-something. That's what PNTS stands for. So again, the goal originally was for PNTS was to appeal to the 30-something plus something demographic of gamer. Not of Xbox gamer, not a PlayStation gamer, not internet, but of gamer, period. That's the core. So that's why you see all of us old cats, me, Storm, Buddy, and, so on and so on, Dirt, TRS when he was rolling through. That's why you see us in the advent of gaming at the forefront of PNTS. We're all about the pencil neck 30-somethings, the older gamers. Now, that doesn't mean that we won't include content from other gamers, but we don't want to do the same. But we feel that they already get a wide variety of broadcasting. You know what I'm saying? They get their message out there enough. We're kind of like BET, where BET says, okay, the average American entertainment is all white and 35. We want to get some black entertainment in here. That's what we feel like. We feel like, okay, the average gaming show caters to like the millennial, even though the average gamer is around 35. We're trying to create content that will appeal to them. We're trying to at least have content that will appeal to the 35-year-old. You feel me? So that's why we created PNTS Network, was to make sure that somebody had that content that appealed to the 35-year-old. Now, here's what ended up happening. And we were going to drive that all home with ScramPunks. Here's what ended up happening. I was having things happen at work to where I couldn't make the show. TRS was supposed to run the show with Dirt. TRS, who was the original co-host of ScramPunks. Go back to the first 12 episodes. You'll see TRS there. TRS didn't want to do that. I won't get too deep into that. He didn't want to host the show. He didn't want to do it. He just wanted to show up, give his piece, go home, play his game. That's all he wanted to do. And when I say all, I don't mean that to be facetious or mean. I'm just saying that was the extent of his participation. He didn't want to be flipping no boards and all of that stuff, right? So then I went to Dirt. And I said, Dirt, look, I'm going to have to step away from the show for a while. And when I step away from the show, I really need somebody to help keep the show active. Because I had to step away from the show before, and TRS had came to me and said, look, man, we can't keep doing these breaks in the show. The show has to be consistent or it ain't going to grow. So I said, you're right. You're absolutely right. So that's why my theory was, when I was speaking to TRS, when he brought that to my attention, and I'm not a sensitive dude. Like when you tell me something, I'm very self-aware and I always want to grow. So if you tell me something that's critical and it's on spot and I digest it, I'm with it. So I'm like, you're right. I said, but if something happens, bro, like you know how my work is. If something happens and I can't do the show, I'm going to need your help. He was like, word. So when it came time to help, he was like, no, I'm just leaving it like they did. He didn't want to go outside of the giving his piece. So then naturally I went to Dirt. Now this wasn't fair to Dirt because Dirt was new. And Dirt was like, man, I don't know nothing about hosting no podcast. I was like, Dirt, please, you know what I'm saying? And Dirt didn't know how to host a podcast. So then Dirt got help. Dirt got help, and he got help from Neethles, and the Broadband Bullies came in and all the other stuff. And I'm just going to keep it real with you. TRS wasn't digging that. TRS didn't want no parts of the crumb side. And I get it. Because he wanted to keep the show about the core demographic, which is 35 and above, And we just talked about games, no console war stuff. That's what TRS wanted. And by us incorporating Triple B and doing what we do, you know what I'm saying, as a unit, that changed the dynamic of the show. He wanted no parts of it, so he leaves. He's done. Then I come back after Nethos and Dirt held it down, held the show down, kept it entertaining, kept it alive. We came back and we just picked up from there. And the show just was what it was from there. It was the dynamic of me, Dirt primarily, and Nethos when he could make it. And then we would just have people come on and guests and all this other stuff. So all while we're doing this, I'm saying to myself, look, man, I know the original mantra was the pencil neck 30-something, but let's just get content out there that people like. Let's have ScramPunks be our flagship. Let's get content out there that people like. Let's grow each leg of the brand. And then once we do that, then, you know, we could just hit a whole variety of stuff, right? And I said, Dirt, you got a talent, bro. Like, you're good at this, man. Dirt was like, man, stop. You know what I'm saying? Dirt was very modest. Nah, man, stop. I'm like, bro, you got, look, I'm going to put the pressure on you again. You so good at this, I'm giving you the show to host on your thing until you hit 1,000. He's like, what? I was like, yeah. I said, I don't even want it on my channel. I said, I want it on your channel until you hit 1,000. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, man. That's how we gonna do it. He's like, oh, okay. So we put it on his show. We put it on his thing. No. I'm lying. Let me come back a little bit. I ain't had my coffee yet or my tea. I wanted him to have the show on there until he felt comfortable podcasting. The whole 1,000 thing came later. You know what I'm saying? And because he wasn't comfortable. And then he got comfortable. And then Nethos just said one day, he said, man, you might as well just let Dirt keep the show. And I said, word. He said, man, he's killing it. And we all agreed. And then ScramPunks became Dirt. So that's how ScramPunks morphed into what it was today. And then Dirt just had carte blanche. You know, like we just rolled with Dirt. We did whatever Dirt wanted us to do, and we just rolled with Dirt. Now, here's why the show was dissolving at the moment, indefinitely. As time went on, we added Bunny. It was me, Nethos, Bunny, Dirt. Then Devin came along. You know what I'm saying? Devin had Mad Enthusiasm. We added Devin. And then around the same time, we added Tsunami. Right? Now, the dynamic of Tsunami, Devin, and Dirt was the hardcore Xbox guys. And so we're all rapping and we're like, look, man, the show is popular. People love the veracity of Tsunami's enthusiasm over the Xbox. Devin is stone cold when it comes to Xbox. Dirt, you're an Xbox guy. Bro, you need to get a show. You need to get an Xbox show. You need to do it. I don't know, man. Dirt, you got to do it. So he got to, you know, and then the idea started brewing, but the credit for the show actually jump started has to go to Devin. It has to go to Devin. Devin said, yo, Dirt, let's do the show. Like it was prime time for Xbox. RDX is hitting its thousands and all, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever they doing, you know what I mean? We're like, look, there's an energy in the air. I may not feel it. I may not be down with it. I might be doing my own damn thing, right? You know, with the Stadia joint. But it's in the air, you know what I'm saying? You can feel it. Like, let's go do your Xbox thing, man. And he was feeling it. And then Devin was that final push. So, you know what I'm saying? Even though Devin be quiet in the background, see, things happen for a reason, man. Things definitely happen for a reason. And even though Devin was in the background on the shows, most of the time he just say his little two pieces. Did he go back in the corner for a little bit, whatever? Devin was instrumental in y'all having We Bleed Green. Devin was that extra push to make it happen, right? And so then Dirt went and did his thing and filled up the rest of the cast. He brought in R&B, brought in Sean. Brought in Sean. Those was great additions to the show. And so then you had your We Bleed Green cast. And the rest is history about the show, about We Bleed Green. Now, through the thicket of this, Dirt is an Xbox guy. And again, when I brought Dirt on, I had gave Dirt carte blanche to run ScramPunks however he wanted to. Which, I mean, really is not a problem. It's his channel. But then you have the success of We Bleed Green. You have the evolution of his audience. And so then, for those that y'all started to notice, because I was getting people that was telling me this behind the scenes all the time, ScramPunks started becoming We Bleed Green Part 2, except We Bleed Green with a bunch of bugs fighting. You know what I'm saying? Because the channel, the people on it, everybody was looking at gaming through the lens of an Xbox enthusiast. But the thing is even though the channel evolved that way, half of the people that were on the show are not Xbox enthusiasts. Nethos is the closest thing to it, but, he comes down the middle when it comes to Xbox. And I'm not trying to be mean to an Xbox enthusiast but that's what any enthusiast, if you're an enthusiast, you're less likely to come down in the middle of the here and now. You're more likely to be optimistic because of potentials. I'm that way with Stadia. I'm more optimistic because of potentials. I don't look at it as in the 5 minutes of here and now, where Nethos looks at everything as far as the here and now. What are you giving me right now, right? So being that the dynamic of the channel changed, being that Dirt has this new venture that's Xbox centric, and being that because a lot of the focus was on this successful new venture, and what was happening was that mindset was starting to spill over to the ScramPunk show, where ScramPunks, I'll put it like this, where half of the panel no longer fit the new dynamic of the channel. It was time for a change to happen. It was time for it to happen. The show was given to Dirt. I mean, Dirt can't control who stays and who goes. But if you're gonna give something to somebody, then you gotta stand to your word, and you gotta let them control what the outcome is of it. So Dirt has the power to bring it back, reboot it, whatever. And it sounds like I caught the tail end of the show yesterday, which was fantastic. They pulled some great numbers, but it sounds like for all intents and purposes, the show may be gone indefinitely, and he's going to rebrand it and come back with something else. And that's great. And much success to that. And as far as it being a PNTS network program, I can't speak to the business side of it right now. All I can say is that as a representative of PNTS, we'd be more than glad for whatever his new venture is, whether it's an affiliate venture or a sponsor of it, whatever he wants to do, we'd be more than glad to support it. You know what I'm saying? But he has carte blanche right to do what happens with the show. Now, if the show ever comes back in a different way, there has to be negotiations with Dirt, because Dirt was given the show. But that's why ScramPunks pretty much came to an end. I didn't want it pegged to one or two people. It was very Xbox centric in how things were being viewed and how the debates were happening and stuff like that. And think about it like this. I'm a person that believes Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. You are a person, and I'm comfortable with that. And you're a person that believes that LeBron James is the greatest of all times. And, you know, say the majority of people believe that Jordan is. So as a LeBron GOAT person or GOAT enthusiast, you always feel like you got to prove yourself, right? Because you always got to prove yourself, every time a basketball discussion comes up, somehow it's floating to LeBron. That might be cool for the people that are LeBron GOAT fans, but if you're not a LeBron GOAT fan and you're not even thinking about GOAT discussion, then that's not going to cater to your talents. That's not going to cater to what you are good at as far as discussing. That's just not going to cater to your interests. And that's what happened to the Half of the Panel. And again, I'm not saying that to be facetious or to say anything negative. It is great that the platform has evolved the way that it does. But sometimes you just got to be self-aware, and everything can't fit everywhere. So Half of the Panel, as the channel evolved, were not a fit for that platform. And me included. Because I'm a Stadia guy now. I'm a cloud gaming guy. I have no interest in Daddy device gaming, all like that. I just don't do it no more. I do it with PlayStation when there's an exclusive that I want to play, but opposite of that, I don't care about Daddy device gaming. I just don't. And you see some of that in the fact that my participation with Broadband Bullies is more behind the scenes now. A lot of it is because of scheduling conflicts. That's why I can't make a lot of the shows. Like, I used to be able to do the shows ad hoc, you know, like, oh, okay, we going live. I can't do that no more because I got responsibilities, family things I got to take care of, and I got to run off a set schedule now. But even when I am there, that's why my participation is less and less and less. Not because I don't want to be there. You know, I'll be in the background cracking up or shooting jokes the best way I can. But I'm not into daddy device gaming anymore. That's not my shtick. But I can talk to y'all for hours and hours and hours about cloud gaming, about what I think is going to present for the future, about Stadia. That's where my talents lie now. And there's a whole community out there dying to hear that content as well. You know, and you see that from the success of a Stadia cast or Generation Stadia or Club TV or so on and so on. They're capitalizing. And when I say capitalizing, they're able to soak their talents in that community. So there's definitely a community out there. Hence why my Stadia channel grew at 5 times the rate of my Daddy Device channel. I'm about to pass up that channel. I'm about to pass up that channel in 10 months than I did in the channel that was up for 36 months. So there you go. So there you have it. So again, it's all about being self-aware, knowing where your talents lie, and understanding that everything can't fit everywhere. So, you know, the future of the show, will it be rebooted or whatever? We'll see. We'll have to talk. But shout out to Dirt and his channel, and much success. And let's see what he's going to bring back. I'm pretty sure whatever he brings back is going to be fire for those that seek that content. Just like I knew way back when I was like, bro, you have to take over the show. And he's like, what? I just came here. Like episode 3 of him being there, he had to take over the show. But no, you know, the rest is history, man. It's a beautiful thing. So with that said, that's it from your boy MM2K. Hey, yo, let me know what you think about all this. And if you enjoyed this Patreon content, share it with others. We appreciate your support. Love you so much. Thank you so much. And as always, you have a wonderful one. Oh, one last thing. I think I got like a minute. I have no issues with Tsunami. Okay? I have no problems with the dude. Something had to happen behind the scenes where I had to make a decision that he didn't like. I explained to him why I made the decision. I guess he didn't like my response, but I wasn't trying to be mean. I'm a straightforward dude. Everybody know that about me. and he didn't appreciate that, fine. He's a grown-ass man. He can like or not like whatever he wants. He makes the choice to not show up when I'm in certain situations. That was his decision, not mine. I never told him he couldn't come to the show, whatever. That wasn't my decision. So I just don't want that energy out there that I got a problem with Tsunami and me and him got into it. I ain't get into it. I told him why I did what I did, and then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there. And I'll talk about it a little bit more at SSC. But with that said, man, thank you all for coming through. You all have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.